Welcome to Better Living with Patti. Hey YouTubers, it's Patti. I think it's Thursday, I'm not sure. Oh no, it's only Wednesday. Whew, time does not go fast here. Anyway, what we've been doing is cleaning up. Let me just fix this a little bit. There you go. Okay, looks better. I've been cleaning out some boxes that had a lot of junk. I showed you my father's Snoopy collection. He had one of 10 different collections he had. And I'm still looking, and I haven't found them. It's got me puzzled, and it's got Richard puzzled. Richard took all day one day, I think it was Monday, to go through all the boxes and look for. I have Disney pins, and I have postcards. And it's very heavy, so it's not one of these boxes that would be light, and you'd say, where is it? You know, so it's one of these really heavy boxes, and we can't find it. So either A, it's got misplaced, it may be out in the garage, because we do have boxes out there, or I hate to think this, but it has taken legs. So we don't know what happened to it. So I found about 10 postcards, I guess it is, maybe less, that I had to put in my postcard bin. And I'd like to share them with you. When I get doubles, I give Richard the doubles. So these could be Richard's doubles that I gave him, because Richard doesn't buy postcards. My postcard collection is probably about, I'd say 5,000, maybe 10,000 postcards. I have them since my father, back when he was in the war in Hawaii, he would send his mother a postcard, because they didn't write big letters back then, I guess. I don't know. And and then once in a while he'd send a letter, but most of the postcards he sent I have. I have postcards that my grandma maybe used to go all over with my one uncle, so she'd send us postcards or give them to me when she got home, so they weren't written on. I have some postcards. Oh, I got quite a bit of postcards from Disney. I got a lot of postcards from Vegas, of the hotels. When we go out there, or Mom and Dad go out there, they'd always bring me back a postcard from a new hotel. So I got quite a few. I got the Dooms, which was knocked down. I got Stratosphere is still there, but I got postcards. What happened? It stopped. That was weird. It stopped. So like I said, I had some from Stratosphere. I got some from the M&M company out there. I got them from a lot of places. So most of my bulk of my postcards are from Disney, Vegas, and then a few things like on our way back and so on. So North Carolina, stuff like that. I have a postcard here, and it was written to hello all. So it's from Mom. Oh, it's for Richard. So this is Richard's postcard. He loaned me to show you. It's Silver Springs. This is in the heyday when it was really up and running, and they had animals there, and it was, now all they have is these glass bottom boats, and it's free to get in, except I think it's $5 parking, and you have to go over to the campsite area to get a parking ticket so you can park in the where Silver Springs. My hair is so long I can't stand it. I'm hopefully going to get a haircut next month. But this is a jungle cruise they used to have. It used to be like at Disney World, you know, the jungle cruise, and you go around and you would see, I can't say Trader Joe because that's Disney, but it was similar to that. You know, you go and see the Indian village, and you go see the pyramid. You know, you see different things. So this is going back probably in the early 70s. My cousin used to work there, so it's like really early 70s. What it is they call it the Enchanted Safari down Fort King Waterworks. A Cry electric boat proceeds down to the adventures. Along with the cruise, you are encouraged to see exotic wildlife, riverbanks such as zebras, ostriches, monkeys, and giraffes, and some, they didn't have too many wild cats. The monkeys were, now there's two stories about the monkeys at Silver Springs. One story is an exotic millionaire, a billionaire, bought them, and he had a little island off of Silver Springs there, and they always crossed the water and came over to Silver Springs, and they just multiplied, and now they have engulfed, I guess the word is. They're living there, and they're the only ones living there, and they warn you now to be very careful, Silver Springs in Ocala, to watch out for these monkeys. Do not stare at them. If you stare at them, that's aggressive, and they think you want to attack them. So this one family didn't pay attention to anything, the signs and everything. And the father kept staring at this one monkey. It was a male monkey, because it was a little bit bigger than the little monkeys. And the monkey started beating his chest, and the father imitated him, thought it was funny and cute, in front of his kids. And long story short, the monkey attacked. These are rabid animals. They're out in the wild. They're not counted. They're just out there. So please, if you go to Silver Springs, it's open, it's beautiful. It's still with the glass bottom boats. It's really nice. It's nice day just to walk around, bring a picnic lunch, and it's beautiful. It's Florida in the 20s and 30s. It's really a nice, just quiet place. It's a shame that everything got knocked down, or just like the gift shops are all destroyed and everything, but it's just nice to walk around and go to the glass bottom boats. Okay, the next one is North Carolina. It just tells you the whole map of North Carolina. The red cardinals, their bird. Their gem is emeralds, and their flower, I don't know what that is. But anyway, the description on this. Now this one I probably picked up, but I gave it to Richard because I probably have 3 or 4 of them. North Carolina is 52,700 square miles. The motto is to be rather than to be seen. Okay. Then their capital is Raleigh. Their nickname is the Tar Heel State. Their flower is a dogwood. That's what that is, a dogwood. That's interesting because the dogwood tree is basically what Christ was killed on, because it was a steady tree. It was a stern tree. What else? The bird is a red cardinal. The gem is emerald. The shell is Scott Bonnie. The fish is channel bass. The insect is a honeybee. The color is red and blue. So basically that's tells you, because the red and blue sign or flag. So that's that one. I'm gonna keep my glasses off so I can. Now this is a really old one, and I must have 2 of these, unless this one is mine. But I must have 2 of these because Rich never really liked to buy postcards. He would buy them later in life, but he didn't buy them when he was a kid. Anyway, this is the Lost Sea waterfalls. It's in a cave. We went through that cave. It's pretty cool, that cave. It's at Emerald Falls. Drops down into a picturesque pool. It's about 700 feet inside a cave. The crystals are beautiful that go from top of the cave to the bottom of the cave, and then they connect in the middle, and they're real narrow. Really beautiful. I can remember this as, I was a child when I went there. I was probably about 8. I was scared to go in because the guy said there's bats, and I got really scared, but bats won't hurt you. And we need them. They eat our insects. They eat mosquitoes and stuff, so it's good to have bats. We should make bat houses for them because they kill a lot of mosquitoes in a night. One bat will kill like 10,000 mosquitoes in one night. They will eat small rodents, but they have to be really small. But they eat a lot of mosquitoes, and a bat house is nice. It's basically almost a birdhouse, but the holes are really tiny, so the bat can only get in. What else? The Lost Sea is the world's largest underground lake that contains 1 billion gallons of water. 5 miles east of Sweetwater, Tennessee, and 5 miles west of Madisonville, Tennessee. So that's, oops. If you ever get a chance to go through one of these caves, they're really interesting. I mean, at first you get a little scared. A lot of them are up in Virginia and stuff, and they're kind of scary when you go in because you can hear the bats. You can hear the bats go, and you know, if you got a fear of bats, you know, but it's a wonder. It's like the Grand Canyon. It's a wonder of the world. You know, it's really beautiful. The next one is in Las Vegas. It's the Dooms. They knocked this down in, I want to say, early 90s. I forget what big hotel's there now. I think it might be the Mirage. It's either Mirage or Treasure Island. I hear they're closing the Mirage, and they're closing Treasure Island. So I don't know if they're going to knock them down and put another big hotel there. But the gentlemen that own both of them, they've been sold, and as of last month, I do believe the Mirage is closed. But Treasure Island will be next to close. The boat is no longer there. I don't know if they're going to knock them down or they're just going to remodel the whole thing. Anyway, this is the Dooms Hotel and Casino. It's sat along Flamingo Road, and it was built, and it was right next to MGM. Here it is. It was, we stayed there in the early, just before it got knocked down, about 2 years before it got knocked down. It was an okay casino. It was seedy. I'm not going to lie about that. The rooms were very old, outdated. They were like, I think the last time anybody had done anything to them were in the 60s. They were very cheap rooms. Richard had a convention out there, so we all went out there with him. Him and his father went out 2 or 3 days prior to Mom and I going out. And then we met them out there on the third day, and he was swinging into the convention. So we stayed at the Dooms because the convention that he was at was either in the back of it or on the one side. I don't remember where it was, but it was close. He could walk from the Dooms to the convention hall. So that's why we stayed there. Like I said, back when we stayed there, you knew it needed help, and then the next year they sold it that year we were there, and they knew they were getting knocked down and put another one in. We had just went to this place about it might be 2 years now. Yeah, it might be 2 years now. 2 years in October. We finally went to we've lived here 13 years. We finally went to Daytona Beach. We did go, I don't want to make it sound like we never went to, we did go to Daytona Beach 2 times before this, but we didn't go to the beach. We went to see the raceway. It was really interesting. I don't know if we got a picture of the raceway. Yeah, we do. I'll tell you about that later. So this is the beach. And this is not the shot I wanted to show you. But anyway, this is the beach. And over here is Joe's Crab Shack. And like here, there's a pizza place. Rich and I sat there and had pizza. The guy did not know how to make pizza. It was really bad. So please don't eat pizza as soon as you go on the boardwalk. This is a boardwalk, and then you walk onto the beach. The beaches are free. The only thing, and you can drive your car on certain parts of the beach. The only thing you have to pay for is the umbrellas and the chairs. When we went there 2 years ago, it was something like, I think it was $50 for the whole day to rent the umbrella and the chair, I think. It was an all-day one, you know. It wasn't like 2 hours, but it was an all-day deal. And a lot of people just left them there, so a lot of people just sat there. And when the kid came around to collect, you know, I don't know if they said they had paid already or whatever. I don't know if you have to show a receipt or something, or they stamp your hand. This is the entrance to Daytona Beach. They have this big sign that says "Welcome to Daytona Beach," and then the beach is there. It was really, I really did enjoy myself. It was in October. It was a little breezy. It was nice, you know. It wasn't really hot, and we always said the next time we come down, we're going to put our bathing suits in the car. We're going to go to the beach, but we never did go down again. I got problems with my spine, so we couldn't really go and enjoy ourselves. So this is Daytona International Speedway, and what I'm going to tell you about this, the French family, they have the main building across the street, which is, excuse me, it was called NASCAR. I forget what it is, but it's the headquarters. And then across the street, so like a 4-lane highway, is the Daytona International Speedway. When we took the tour, we've done the tour twice. The last time we took the tour was when my Aunt Alice and Uncle Pete came down, and it was in about 2010. It's a little costly back in 2010, so it's probably a little bit more costly now. Back in 2010, it was $15 per person, so it's probably about $20 per person now. It could be a little bit more. What they do is they take you, you go on this little tram, you go out to the racetrack, you go under the tunnel, like when the cars come in, like the semis come in with the cars, and then you go out into where the semis are, and then they take you around the track, and they show you. What's amazing is the embankment. When you see this on TV, you cannot picture the embankment on this speedway. I forgot what the embankment was. It was, if they're not doing 200 miles an hour around the circle, they literally will slide down the embankment. I think they said the embankment is like 15-story building high. It's huge. I mean, when you see this embankment, you go, wow, you can't even picture it on TV. The TV does not give it justice. The embankment is so high that, you know, when you see them going around the circle and you see them all going down to the line there, you wonder why they're not higher up, but it's pretty high up there. And then they, of course, showed you, here's the speedway, I didn't show you. And of course, they show you where Dale Earnhardt, Sr., hit the wall. The wall has now been fixed. They use better equipment, and all drivers have to wear like a harness around their necks. So it was really interesting. It's really worth the money to go around there, because it's not like a 10-minute tour. It's a good hour and 45-minute tour. So I suggest if you go on the tour, go to the bathroom, because it's a non-bathroom tour. You go on the tour, and they show you everything. They show you the garages. They show you, you know, where the bandstand where the guys are interviewed, and ladies, because I think there's a lady that drives now. But it's really fascinating, and it's worth, you know, instead of, you know, going to do something else. And here is, no, you can't see it yet. Here's Daytona Beach, and that is a hotel there, right here. Daytona is a nice place. You either have to stay on the beach, or you have to just go to like the International Raceway or different things. Downtown Daytona, you know, I would be very careful. Here's the raceway. That's Daytona. Now I know these are Richards and I have a couple of these, so that's probably why I gave them to. And then he has some of Mount Airy here. The last time we visited Mount Airy was about, we went up north. The last time we went up north was 2018, so the last time we went to Mount Airy was probably 2017. Because Mount Airy at 2017 was kind of, it wasn't, like we would have to leave Mom in the car to do stuff, and it really wasn't the greatest place to leave Mom. But we went to the museum, the Andy Griffith Museum. That was nice. Mom went in, she had a little buggy, and then we went to, the only thing we didn't see was stuff on Main Street. It was included in the museum price. I think the museum price is $15. And then you strolled down the stairs and you went to places on Main Street that had Donna Fargo and other people that was from Mount Airy. So it was interesting. And Main Street is basically all names of things that are on the show, like Snappy, Luncheonette. He closes at like 2 o'clock. If you go there, get the pork chop sandwich. It's really, I didn't have it, but Richard and Mom and Dad had it, and they said it was really good. They ran out of pork chop, so I only had a hamburger or something. And they have Floyd the barber. He passed away about 4 years ago, so he's no longer there. His son, I don't think his son cuts hair, but his son is running the place, and you can go in and see pictures of Andy getting his hair cut when he was a kid, and different things, So that's really interesting. So here's Floyd the barber. You used to be able to get your picture with Floyd. Richard has his picture with Floyd. Floyd gave Richard a hat that's autographed by him. So, it was really interesting. But he's the original Floyd. So he's the one that cut Andy's hair and stuff like that when he was growing up. And here is the police car in front of the municipal building in Mount Airy. This is the Mayberry Jail was constructed in 1890s, and it was remodeled. And this is the squad car that was in front of it. They have what they call Mayberry Days. I forget when it is. I know, must be in October, because I know, the Waltons is in October. Mayberry Day may be in September. Anyway, they have Mayberry Day, and they have people dress up. There's a guy that looks, I don't know if he's still alive, but there's a guy that looks exactly like Don Knotts. He does that, and then they have a guy that looks like a little bit like Sheriff Andy Taylor, not that much, and then they have a guy that really looks like Goober. And you can go tour in this car. It's quite a bit of money. I thought it was quite a bit of money. It's $35 a person, and they show you places throughout the city and you could drive there yourself, because they show you where Andy Griffith lived, and they show you where he went to school, church, and all this. And if you go to the information center before you hit Mount Airy, or even in Mount Airy, there's an information center. They will give you a map of everything that's around. Like they have an Aunt B's motor lodge, and they have one room dedicated to Aunt B, and but you can't take animals there. So if you have animals, you can't stay there. It's like back in the early 30s, the rooms and all. That's different. And then we could never stay there because we always had our dog or a cat or something when we traveled. So then they have that, and it's really interesting. It's well worth. It's going to take you a good 3 days in Mount Airy to see everything you want to see. So it's really fun to see that. It's off of it's where 77 meets 81 on the top of Virginia, and no, it's on the bottom. Yeah, it's on the bottom. It's on 77 on the bottom where North Carolina meets South Carolina. And it's up in the mountains. And then there's Mount Pilot. No, it's not Mount Pilot. It's Pilot Mount. That's what they call it there. And there's also where Aunt B came to live, Silas City. It's all around there. So it's really interesting to go see all this stuff. Silas City has Aunt B's car, but they only bring it out on Mayberry Days. So, if you go there other than Mayberry Days, you can't see the car. And they left it exactly the way it was when she died. So the upholstery's all ripped up and, stuff like that, because she had a lot of cats, so the cats got in there and destroyed the car. But so it's really interesting, if you like Mayberry, to go there once, at least once, and see it. So that is only a little touch of my postcards. When I find them all, I will show you them. I will also show you my pins collection. I have, like I said, most of them are Disney, but I also have a lot of election ones. I have a lot of silly saying ones. I have different things like that. I used to love pins, and I just thought and I just saved them. So that's my collection, my 2 collections. Oh, and then M&Ms. I only have 3 collections. I know a lot of people say that's a lot, but I have 3 collections. And my M&Ms, I'm going to get rid of the bigger M&M things, like the dispensers and stuff. The little M&Ms I'm going to keep. They're small enough to, keep in a box or whatever and display them. I'm looking at it right now. I have M&M figurines where it's a train, and you got them from Danbury Mints, stuff like that for Christmas time. So basically, that's what I had for you today. So without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye. If you like this, please hit the like button and subscribe and hit the bell, so when we put something up new, you'll be informed that we have just put something up new. So have a safe week, be healthy, and stay informed. That's the most important thing. So long.